Alright, in today's informational video, I'll be showing you how to do a front brake job on my 2011 Chevy Cruze. You're going to want to start by jacking up the car, putting jack stands under it, and taking off the front tires. If you do not know how to do this, then you should probably go to your local Bell Tire and pay the estimated $320 to have someone else do it for you. Start by breaking your lugs loose while the tire's on the ground. And then I jacked up the car. Right there on the frame there, and I put my jack stand just behind it. Do that to both sides. Pro tip, use an impact driver to remove those lugs with speed. You're going to want to use for this 3/4 or 19 millimeter. Just throw her on. Pop, boom, pop, boom. Look how fast that was. Use impact driver, but fast. Alright, we're going to start with a 10 millimeter here. You're going to break these two back bolts here. Just get those loose. For this top one, you're going to just pop this hose out, move it to the side. That way you can gain access to this guy here. Go ahead, loosen those out, and then this whole part here will come off. Now, once you get that wiggled off, make sure you have it hanging by something. You don't want that hanging by your hose here. Now you can just pry off the old ones, either with your hands or a screwdriver. Now if you're changing your rotors, you got to take this guy off right here. You got two 18 millimeter bolts back there and one there. You're going to want to use a breaker bar to get these guys started. Pro tip here, top bolt's a little hard to get to with a normal socket and wrench, so if you got a ratcheting wrench, makes it a lot easier. Now bolts are out in the back. Get this guy out of the way. To get your rotor off, they come with a holding screw. Get a T30 impact driver. That'll come right out, and now we can just pull that guy right off the hub. Alright, if your rotors are being real stubborn to get off, spray a little PB blaster or something behind it, just in these holes here, around that. Use a hammer to start knocking, she'll break loose eventually. So once you get that rotor off, it's time to put a new one on. You have two options here. Either one, buy a new rotor, put it on. Each rotor is going to cost you about 50 bucks USA. What I did was I went to O'Reilly's and I had them turn my old one. All they do is they put it in a lathe basically, and they grind it down a bit. Not always the best, but it gets it smooth, it gets it what you need, and it only costs $10 to do one rotor. Save you a bunch of money. So now we're going to spray some brake fluid cleaner on this, because sometimes they put an oil on it. And we're going to put that back on. And don't forget that little screw. We'll get that put on, then we'll go to the next part. Now you can normally turn your rotors once, and when before they turn it, they're going to measure the deepest groove to see if it is safe to turn it. After this, I'll have to purchase new ones. And before you put that on, wire brush in this area, spray it off clean, get any oil that was left on it from the PB blaster, and then we're going to put some copper Antiseize all in here before we put the rotor back, so that way it's easy to come off the next time we do it. Label with just some paint marker which rotor went to which side before you turn them, if you are going that option. Alright, now we're going to take off the clips here. Your set should include a new set. Take those off, grab a wire brush and just clean in here real quick. We're also going to take off these guys here. Make sure they're all lubed up and they're moving in and out really easy. These get seized up, you can torch it and break them loose. You'll probably have to place your boot. Don't forget to put grease on your seal covers. And make sure you spin them around a bit. That way it gets all that grease in there. It gets a good seal and keeps that rubber soft. Alright, now you're going to want to torque the mounting bolts here. These are going to be at 74 foot-pounds. One there, one up here. This guy is a little tricky. Might have to use an extender. Alright, now you're going to pop your hood like so. You're going to come up here to the front. With your hood open, you're going to screw your brake cap. Make sure that rubber's out of that. And then you are going to come down here. And you're going to have a clamp and your old brake pad here. And you're going to start tightening this. Come in closer. Come on, come on, come on. Good. And then you're going to keep tightening this until you compress your cylinder all the way in, making room for the new pads. Alright, now you're going to put a little grease on the ends of these guys. You can put a little bit in the channels there as well. And just take your pad, And doing it one-handed, just slip her in. And you push it all the way in. I can't do it one-handed. Also pay attention to your squealer indicator. Thickness indicator, let's see, can I see it? I don't know. Make sure you put the new ones in the same way the old ones came out. I didn't pay attention to that, and I had to look it up. Pretty sure they go on the top. So, pay attention to that. Alright, grab your anti-seize and put a little bit on the ring here so it doesn't get frozen up. And I just put a dab on the inside as well. Just use paper towel, helps spread it. And you can use that when spreading on the inside of this guy too. Makes it real easy. Alright, you're going to just slide this back over on there. Get your torque wrench. The 10mm bolts are going to be at 21 foot-pounds. So just tighten her down until you hear it click. Don't forget to put this rubber back in the housing. And spray some brake fluid on your disc one last time. And you are ready to put the tire back on. Alright, I forgot to mention, make sure you put your new clips on. They should come with your kit. And you're done with this side. The other side's an exact same mirror. And check your brake fluid level. And you're all done. You're good to go. Thanks for watching.